Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise, and once again we're diving back into the demo to take a look at the weapon changes, and this time turning your attention to one of my favourites, the Sword and Shield. You guys know me, I am a Sword and Shield guy. Both Sword and Shield, Charge Blade, they're like my two weapons that I love above all else. But today I want to talk about this one because there are some rather interesting changes. Again, much like if you've seen some of the other weapon videos, the foundation is very much what you will know from World and Iceborne, so if you're familiar with World Sword and Shield, then you should feel largely at home. Or Iceborne Sword and Shield, should I say, because of course that also includes Perfect Rush. But there are a few changes to some of the mechanics, so we're going to go over those and then give you guys a chance to see some gameplay against some monsters. Keep in mind, these are not like the best hunts in the world. I'm no speedrunner, and I'm still getting used to the weapons, but this gives you a chance to see them in action. So if you do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know how you guys are getting on with the demo, let me know what you are most enjoying so far, and let's get started. So, Sword and Shield in and of itself is, again, largely speaking, when you look at the kind of typical combat flow, is very similar. However, in Rise, I kind of want to sort of say taken an ever so slight step backwards. They've made some really cool changes to Perfect Rush, which gives us some new moves to play with, but to your basic combat flow, it's, I want to say, ever so slightly not as fluid. Now, for the most part, a lot of the moves you know are present. You, of course, have your typical bread and butter combo that you are familiar with, and of course, that can then lead into various different back hops. You have your charge back hop if you want to leap into the air. From there, of course, you can then perform your slice downwards or your shield slam downwards. And again, you can also go backwards and change that into the Perfect Rush combo, which then leads to some of the changes. Where it's ever so slightly different is that one move you guys might remember from World and Iceborne is the sort of twirling attack. Basically, it was a move you could use with Sword and Shield that could effectively allow you to infinitely continue your combos. If you were to input a direction opposite to where you were facing and then press triangle, you would basically do this spinning attack and that would reset your combo, and from there you could then continue to carry on. Now, obviously, if you're just doing Perfect Rush stuff, it doesn't really matter too much, but if you are doing, say, elemental combos, or perhaps you're just not positioned quite correctly, this was actually a really nice thing to move around. But unfortunately, this is actually not present in Rise. So if you do try and put that input in, you just stand still. So it's, in that respect, kind of more so like traditional Sword and Shield pre-World, but with some of the World elements thrown in. Additionally, on top of that, it's also worth noting that some of the moves from World you might be familiar with, say if you did the Shield Bash combo, following the end of that combo, if you simply just held down circle, it would put you into a back hop. Again, if you finish something like your standard bread and butter combo, perform the roundhouse slash and hold down circle, it would again put you into a charge back hop. The same can be done in Rise, but it doesn't just happen by holding the button. You do have to manually pull back and press A. So, ever so slight changes, but if you were used to just simply finishing the combo and holding down the button, you are going to have to work in a backwards direction input as well. Anyway, those are the main things that have been removed and changed, so to speak. So let's talk about the additions. The main thing, of course, comes to Perfect Rush. Perfect Rush, for the most part, functions as it did before. You jump back, you time your inputs, assuming you get the timing correct, then of course you do more damage. But where it differs is the end. See, if you finish the Perfect Rush combo, and you then continue to press X, you will of course stab forward, as you normally would do. Only in World, it would then flip you backwards, putting you away from the monster. This time round in Rise, it launches you upwards, and from there you can either press X to perform a slash, or you can press A to perform a shield bash. So this not only puts you or keeps you close to the monster, but it also gives you a couple of options. However, in the event that, say, you don't want to launch, maybe you see your opening is going away, or maybe you just want to, reposition, then you can, for the final hit of the Perfect Rush combo, instead of pressing X a third time, you can press A, and this will instead go to a roundhouse slash. It ends quicker, doesn't launch you, keeps you in the same place, and is basically just a quick way to reset that and move on from there. So you basically have two ways to finish the Perfect Rush combo. Also worth noting that the kind of roundhouse finisher at the end of this attack also kind of keeps you more centered on your current location. Beforehand, it used to ever so slightly push you forward, so that in and of itself is also quite nice. Outside of that, everything you know and love from Sword and Shield is still there. The ability to use your items with your shield, all that good stuff is pretty familiar. So really, the main changes are the removal of that twirling attack for some kind of fluidity to your combos, and the addition of the enders for the Perfect Rush combo. Outside of that, we also have the 2 Silkbind moves in the demo, the ones we have to try. There's Falling Shadow, which is ZL and X. This one basically leaps you up into the sky, and of course, if you connect with the monster, you perform a scaling slash, and from there, much like with Perfect Rush or with your charge back hop, you can then either press X to slash downwards or press A to shield slam downwards. Alternatively, you have Windmill, which is very similar to that of Roundhouse Slash from Generations, in that you basically swing your Iron Silk around you to kind of create this 360-degree blade, and the initial swing nullifies any monster attack, so you can basically use this at the beginning to firm an incoming attack. Pretty useful if you are in a pinch. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. That's a little rundown on the changes so far for Sword and Shield. Again, I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos, but keep in mind, there may well be more things to discover once we get access to the full game, but for the time being, based on the demo alone, that is what you need to know. So enjoy some more gameplay. I'll leave you guys with some little clips of hunting various different monsters, just to sort of see some of these moves in action. And again, if you want to catch some more gameplay outside of what you're seeing right here on this channel, don't forget to click the playlist link in the description box down below to check out some of the stuff from 269 and Paradise Central for more stuff from all of us here at Arekkz Gaming. They're uploading some gameplay hunts themselves, so basically, if you just want to binge Rise, then check out that playlist.
Hope you've got insurance! You're done for! Be careful! Have a taste of this! No more Mr. Nice Guy! Get ready! You're done for! You listen to me now! Sharpen while I can. Go! Just a bit more. more, Mr. Nice Guy! That's a wrap!
If you want to catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys TwoSixNine, Paradise Central and Invest More streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.